Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the midweek edition of The Conversation on Lagos Television. I am Ajibola Ojeshola. I'm still alive and hopeful and hoping that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will renew my hope and make it better at the end of the day.
And I'm Joshua Murakinyo. It's a pleasure to have you join us on the show today. It promises to be an exciting one. The conversation promises to be incisive and, of course, informative. Looking forward to that as well. Welcome once again.
Good morning. I am Adebimpe Omotayo. My voice is beginning to fail me again. I don't know. I'll try and speak, louder than this in the course of
Adebimpe's voice is like the discos and the genkos, like the band D and E, where the power supply is epileptic. Sorry. You are just confirming that now. Your voice is so fragile.
But Jibola, that's actually wicked of you. What do you mean by band E?
Joy, please say good morning.
It means there's what we call epilepsy.
No, I didn't say epilepsy.
Epileptic. That's what I said.
All right, let me greet people. Good morning and welcome to the conversation. I am Joy Olu.
So, how are you guys coping with the challenges of being a Nigerian? Queues, okay, where I live, at least I enjoy power supply, 22 hours, 20 hours daily.
Even 23 hours.
Oh, yeah, almost 23.
I won't say mine is bad because I'm not on band A, by the way.
Are you bandless?
I think I'm on a band.
Which band are you?
That's my wedding band.
Or are you a bandit?
I'm not a bandit either. But the bottom line is, honestly, I try not to think about Nigeria.
Okay.
Because hardly can you find anything function. So even when you think you're going to get some kind of respite somewhere, like, let me forget about government, let me do my own thing. That challenge, that Nigerian factor, will come and meet you where you are. So we felt that removing fuel subsidy will resolve the issue of supply, or better still, will allow the market forces to function. We also have a situation where even at that, we don't have fuel. NFPC released a statement stating that they have imported about something something trillion worth of fuel. For crying out loud.
Are we Joshua, I'm sorry.
Where is the fuel?
Are we an oil-producing nation?
So we produce, in fact, and the army said by virtue of, do you know that we are doing better now with our oil production? We have moved from about 1.1, even
1.6
to about 1.6. That is huge amount of money per day. And they said they are looking forward to the OPEC quota. And that is about 2.2 thousand barrels or 2.3 thousand barrels per day. Well, you have a situation.
So how does that impact me?
How does that translate? So stop giving me figures. And it is only us that read this thing.
Practical.
The man out there doesn't actually have an idea.
They don't even understand
what you're talking about,
Yeah.
But I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. You've not given us your experience now.
My own experience is my voice.
Okay. Nigeria is affecting Adebimpe's voice.
Yes.
But if you look at our weather this thing, it was the only time we had, weather update. Do you watch, I think it's CNN, right? If you watch it, it was only during COVID that Nigeria was like literally green.
But now?
It's very good.
All right.
That means our air pollution report
is quite much.
It's more.
The density. In fact, you need to look at the car in front of you.
That is what is affecting me.
Okay, so many interesting news items on the pages of different dailies this morning. We'll be taking our news item at this point in time. Where's the best place to start? Let's start with Adebimpe so that before the end of this news point, you would have gained our voice.
Exactly.
Okay, federal government inaugurates committee to enforce local government autonomy. The federal government has inaugurated a 10-man inter-ministerial committee to enforce the Supreme Court judgment on local council autonomy. Secretary to the government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, who inaugurated the committee yesterday, announced The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy and the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice as members. Other members are the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Accountant General of the Federation, the Central Bank Governor, and Permanent Secretary, the Federal Ministry of Finance. Anyway, the committee has been inaugurated, and the goal is to ensure the local governments are granted full autonomy,
That's the reason.
allowing them to function effectively without interference from state government. Yes, you know, because we still have
which modalities? Just pay them their money now. Which modalities again?
Ajibola, we have a state now that is saying no.
And then you see the funds.
I don't think that's the reason.
So what's the reason?
There's a confluence somewhere. There's a convolution.
Because according to what Adibimpe read,
yes,
this committee is to enforce the judgment of the Supreme Court on local government.
If you look at
autonomy.
the composition of the committee, and I read it on the news, so I know about the story, is the fact you have the Attorney General of the Federation, you have the Accountant General of the Federation, you have the CBN Governor, you have the Coordinating Minister of the Economy, you have all the governors, representatives of the governors, you have the local government as well. The function is, look, like in Lagos State, we have 20 local governments.
Okay.
And we have 37
LCDAs.
So where do you remit the money to? What happens is you have the joint account where there's a disbursement that happens from there.
That is what is still happening now.
But that is what will still happen.
So when the federal government, you need to fine-tune rather the modalities of getting this. You know, the governor of Oyo State saying one thing on the other hand, because look, he said, look, the amount we even give the local government is much more, or what the interventions we make is much more than what is given to them from the federal
thank you for educating me. Thank you. Joy.
All right. Firm donates ICU ambulances to Lagos. A multilateral financing organization, Global Fund, has donated 5 state-of-the-art mobile intensive care unit ambulances to the Lagos State government to enhance swift medical emergency response in the state. This was according to the Director, Public Affairs, the Ministry of Health here in Lagos. According to the firm, it said these donations align with Mr. Governor's Themes Plus agenda in supporting the provision of high-quality pre-hospital and medical emergency services. It said the donation of the ambulance was part of Global Fund's initiative to strengthen health systems in the state. The expanded Lasambos fleet will enhance operational coverage, contributing to significant improvements in the state's health indices.
You know, what I like about this story is the fact that some agencies, some organizations are beginning to realize the fact that government alone cannot shoulder the responsibility of taking care of our people. And of course, what they have done is like supporting the Lagos State government in improving the quality of healthcare provision in Lagos State.
Yeah.
All right, Josh.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. I'll take my story now, and it's about the drama between the NLC and the Nigerian police. Terrorism financing, NLC mobilizes for nationwide strike over Ajero's invitation. This is laughable for me. Following the ongoing face-off between the NLC and the Nigerian police, the leadership of Nigeria Labour Congress has instructed its members to be ready to commence a nationwide strike, if need be, by midnight of Tuesday.
Which Tuesday?
Yesterday. The Labour Centre said in a communique after its Emergency National Executive Council in Abuja that it had directed all the state chapters to mobilize workers for an indefinite strike from midnight if anything happened to the NLC president, Joe Ajero, who was invited by the police for questioning over terrorism financing allegation. The police invitation to Ajero comes weeks after policemen conducted a night raid on the NLC National Secretariat in Abuja. The IGP, Kayode Egbetokun, while justifying the raid, said the police were on the trail of one of the terrorists who masterminded the crisis in Sudan. So this is more or less like a threat coming from NLC. Of course, they intend to mobilize for a nationwide strike over the invitation of the Nigerian police for the NLC president, Joe Ajero.
Okay, let me say it. On one hand, Joe Ajaero is a human being and has fundamental human rights.
Sure.
And I'm happy that his lawyers have said, look, we won't be able to accept your invitation now. We'll do that on Wednesday next week. So there's a lawyer speaking to that effect. And of course, his fundamental human rights shouldn't be infringed upon. Now, that's on one hand. On the other hand, I think it makes a mess of all the old labor union agitation. Don't forget the last time the unions went on a strike as well. It makes mockery of a personality. Is he devoid of, is he above the law that can be investigated or invited? Does he mean that because the head of the union has committed an atrocity, it should not be questioned? It should not be questioned. And how do you explain labor union moving forward when you have situations where at an ant scratches a human being, the whole nation suffers for the misdemeanor of a particular person? And that is why I find it very ridiculous that you will call a national emergency meeting, because if he is a free man, he is a public figure, there's hardly anything that will happen to him that we won't be aware of. He's not an ordinary person on the street that can be picked up and be locked up for the next 4 weeks. Yeah. That is not going to happen. So the fact that we know sometimes government agency can be very high-handed, exactly. But this is kind of situation. How can we have Joe Ajaero locked up for the next 3 weeks on prompt-up charges? That is not going to happen in Nigeria of today. Of social media, it's not going to happen. But you have a situation. Why will you call a NEC meeting because Joe Ajaero was invited?
The case is so simple.
To come and answer.
The case is so simple. It is just an allegation. Just go there, answer their questions,
and come back home. I can't force him to open this one. Oh. Okay, but my story is fake certificate. Uganda, Kenya write jam to demand students' verification. Recently, the federal government suspended the verification of degree certificates from Uganda, Kenya, Benin Republic, Togo, and some other countries over allegations of certificate racketeering. I think that's what the story is all about. I cannot open the whole thing. Okay. Maybe you can help me. Okay. You're there.
Okay, basically what is this, like we read, I think it was on Monday or Tuesday, allegations here and there that certain set of people are involving themselves in issuance of fake certificates. So the Kenyan and the Uganda institutions are now saying that they're writing Nigerian institutions to actually confirm if those seeking for admission have what they have actually submitted as their document. So
I think it's just in good.
It's good.
It's good, yes.
It's good, and
so that we know that the students that went there, they won't finish.
They are
their
not
degrees
ghost students.
Finish their degrees in 3 months. Yes, the other one finished now. Yes, now he finished. He finished in 3 months. Yes, now.
All right, that's those are the news points this morning. We'll be running quickly to X now and see what is trending there.
What's wrong with your X?
Interesting. I love what is trending this morning. He calls himself, is it White Lion? White Lion, but when it was time for the lion to come out and prove that he's the king of the jungle, he ran away. There is an allegation against the former governor of Kogi State, Mr. Yaya Bello, popularly known as the White Lion, by the EFCC, allegation of 80 billion money laundering charges. The appeal court sitting in Abuja yesterday has instructed that Mr. Former Governor, you must come and face the music as regards the allegation of 80 billion naira. It's still an allegation. Yes. Why is he running too? It's just an allegation now. No. Okay, I did not tamper with the money. I did not send school fees in advance.
You actually took the word out of my mind. But honestly, I think he's just scared because
scared of what?
The school has returned the money for the upfront payment for the next 5 to 6 years of students. Oh no, I want you need to do.
Why?
He paid for like 5 kids, Abi.
Josh, no, there's no big deal about this. Okay, when my daughter was here, in their school, if you pay your school fees once, if you pay for the session once,
there's a discount.
You get a discount of about 150K.
Yeah.
So what I always do is to pay once. So maybe that is what
he was trying to do.
So now decided to pay for five kids, Abi?
Just in case it might be broke.
With the state's money.
Oh, is it the state money?
No, that's an allegation. You can't say that now. It's still an
So-
allegation.
so
He was
why did they-
alleged to have paid.
Alleged to have paid
Yes.
with
With
the state
state
money.
money.
With the state money, right? This Sushano for me.
And so now that it's been mandated to appear in court, what will
I
happen?
think that's the thing. You guys have cast aspersion on his personality.
Okay,
That's why. That's why.
I
That's
have
why
a- I have a
he feels
question.
threatened.
I have a question. Okay.
Yes.
Now
Question
that
it.
he has been asked to come, at what point can he be picked up when he doesn't appear?
Because his flight risk now. Where is he for crying out loud? Remember, he
We don't
locked
even
himself
know.
inside.
Where?
Yesterday.
Inside the
At
state
what
house?
point can he be picked up forcefully?
No, it won't be.
No, he's a
forcefully.
gentleman. He won't allow that to happen. He's a perfect
wait,
gentleman.
we'll see.
He's a perfect gentleman. Do you know how many hours the EFCC officials will
Laid
laid or
siege.
besieged his residence in
Besieged his
Abuja?
residence.
I just
And the
hope, I just hope
governor
that
and his protege came to show some kind of
Solidarity
solidarity.
and allegedly
sometimes-
smuggled him out.
Sometimes politicians...
this time around there will be no smuggling.
Nah.
The law is the law. It is just an allegation. Just go to court. I did not steal
your hands are
anything.
clean,
Look at the books. Check the figures.
But,
My hands are
it's not,
clean.
it's not that easy.
Why? It will not be easy if you are guilty. But if you are not, it will be so easy.
The
Bread
same
and butter.
thing. The same thing is happening to Ajero too.
Yeah,
why
so
why is
see
he
the
postponing till Wednesday? Why?
No, for you to be adequately prepared. He
That-
has contacted Falana and Falana.
we know.
But there's something I don't understand about Kogi State. They have different kind of people there.
Their character.
You know, what's the name of this senator?
That our singing senator.
No, this Kogi senator.
Yes.
The singing one now.
No.
I've forgotten his name now.
The singing,
He's the singing one.
senator. Dino.
Dino.
Uh-huh.
Dino.
It's a singing one.
The singing
No,
senator.
now it's Yaya Bello. And what's the name of this governor now?
Ododo.
And, Ododo.
He celebrated the fact that he met with.
He had a
the-
meeting. He said he had a meeting,
Yes.
which is part of his 100 days achievement.
Achievements.
Oh,
with
you
the
didn't
top
see-
echelon of APC.
You did not say that.
So
No,
that
you
was
don't- you
part
don't-
of
you
what
don't-
he showcased,
He showcased
as
as
his achievements
as an
in 100
achievement.
days.
You don't know the impact of that meeting.
Meeting with his-
It may have brought dividends of democracy
Yeah.
for the
Kogi
people of
State.
Kogi
Okay.
State.
So it was worth
I
celebrating.
am so sorry for all my friends from Kogi because I have fantastic friends. For me, that I'm talking about Kogi State. What about my own state now?
No,
What
no,
are we
no.
doing? We are just dancing.
No. When was the last time you were home?
When last did you go to
He's
Oshun?
performing. What are you telling me?
I was
you didn't see
there-
video?
I was
you didn't see
there
his
a few
video
months ago.
over the weekend at the church service in his garment?
Come on, boy.
All right, we'll be taking a very short break
An active
on
government.
the conversation at this moment. When we come back, we'll be looking at the column for today. Stay with us. Nation's economy is the rise high unemployment rates.